Now sometimes when we're looping, we might want to break or continue depending on the situation. Now let's first talk about what does it mean to break and continue in a loop. Well, to break a loop, all it means is that we are essentially breaking out or exiting out of a loop. So if we're looping and then we have our break keyword, that means we're going to exit out of our loop. So I have a list right here and we're going to loop through this. So the loop that we would use would be the for loop. So we're going to quickly create our for loop. So we're going to do for my item in my list, and then we're going to just print my item. And now if we run this, we get all the items in our list right here. So that's cool and all, but let's say that we want to break if or exit our loop if we come across hockey right here. So if we come across hockey, we're going to exit our loop. Well, all we have to do is we're going to just create a simple if statement. If my item equals hockey. Now let's print this to the terminal. So if we run this, we get soccer and basketball, but we do not get hockey, football, or swimming, because what happened is we have our item right here and it does equal hockey, so we break. Now, depending on the order of the code, it will affect your result. So if we print before we even check if our item is hockey, then we're going to have hockey right here. So if I run this, now we have hockey. But if we keep hockey down here, then what's going to happen is it's going to check if we have hockey and it's going to break. So this code will never be executed. So whenever we are executing from a loop or breaking from a loop, all the code after the break statement will never be executed. So that is how you use the break statement. Now, how do you use the continue? Like, what is the continue statement? Well, to continue a loop, all it means is we're going to go ignore the code after the continue statement and we're going to continue our loop. Let me break this down by showing you. So we're going to go loop through our list again. So we're going to go use our for loop again, and we're going to do for my item in my list. And now what we're going to do here is once we come across hockey, we just want to skip hockey altogether. We don't want to print it or anything. All we want to do is just loop right onto the next item. And that would be perfect for the continue. So now instead of running the code inside of our for loop, all we're going to do is just continue onto the next item by using the continue statement. So now we're going to do if my item equals hockey, then continue. Otherwise, we're going to just print my item. So what's going on here is we're going through each item in our list, and now if the item is equal to hockey, then instead of breaking, which means we're going to exit the loop, so all of this code will not be executed, instead of doing that, all we're going to do is we're going to continue. So we're going to skip this and whatever is after this continue statement, and instead we're just going to go right back to the top, and now we're going to go print football and swimming. So we should have soccer, basketball, football, swimming, but we should not have hockey. So if we run this, we do not have hockey, but we have everything else. And that is the continue statement. So essentially, breaking from a loop means that you're just exiting a loop. And the continue statement means that we're just going to end the current iteration of our loop, and then we're going to just restart the next iteration. So that's it for this lesson. A very short and simple lesson, but these are the fundamentals when it comes to looping and dealing with loops in Python.